Hi, I'm Sadek.
And I think we're both dangerously late at this point. You know what I
It's
mean? Like, you
fine.
ever been like, let's talk about newsworthiness just for a quick moment. I'm Christian, by the way. You know, sometimes life happens, and next thing you know, you're 4 weeks late to the final shape, and you're 4 weeks late to Summer's Games Fest.
No, I think you were only 2 weeks late to the Summer Games Fest, so let's give us some credit there. We're just
That's
2 weeks.
That's true. But I do want to say I've gotten significantly further in Tears of the Kingdom, and
Oh, are you? Oh, I did not know you're playing that. Okay.
yeah. I'm going through Tears of the Kingdom right now, and I think the reason that it didn't hit like the first, like when I picked it up, is because I just finished a playthrough of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
right?
that would do it. I think
But
it's
with
a
a few
lot.
months past, though, I do have to say, Tears of the Kingdom. Here's my hot take: just for the fact of the movement mobilities, it is better than Breath of the Wild. And hear me out. So, Breath of the Wild, right? There's a lot of like puzzle mechanics that sometimes you'd have to do the YouTube playthroughs. So Tears of the Kingdom, right, has the fuse abilities, where you can build stuff, and more importantly, it has the I'm forgetting the name of it, but basically you can just climb through any ceiling. So whenever a puzzle is super annoying, you can just cheese it, and the game's like, okay.
Yeah, the game. I think that's one of the things about the game that I did like was that it gave you a lot of flexibility in the shrines, right? In the puzzle shrines. I felt like they were more interesting at least than the ones in the first game. I think they did a better job with the shrines. Uh, I just got bored after a point. Like I think I hit like a point where I did a few of the big dungeons, right? That you do. And I don't want to spoil anything, but they're like big dungeons that you have to do for the story. And I did a few of those, and I was like, you know what? I'm fine. Like I'm good. Like I have seen enough of the mechanics and the gameplay. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to come back to it, and I did not come back to it. I don't even have my Switch anymore. I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast, but I like gave away my Nintendo Switch, so I don't have a Nintendo console at this point.
PC only gaming right
Yeah, I'm
now
only PC.
out here.
Yeah, I'm only PC.
But
Yes.
but the last thing I think I'll say about Tears of the Kingdom, because I'm near the end of it, I don't think we're gonna do like a final on it or finale on it, because it's not. I don't think it's worth it. Is just I'm happy games like that exist, because if you like, what was the last open world game that you could say was not infiltrated with live service bullshit?
Ghost of
It's
Tsushima.
coming to PC. Yeah, I was about to say that one.
I'm
Yeah,
playing that
it's
right
coming to
now.
PC
That's the
now.
game I'm still playing. I've been playing that.
Oh, how's the PC port actually?
It's really good. It's all extremely good port. And it's fun to play. Second playthrough for me, so it's fun to like play it again. I'm enjoying it. Almost done with the DLC.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, speaking about games with live service bullshit, I think we got to talk about the final shape.
Yeah, so Destiny 2, the final shape, is this the final DLC? Not DLC, the big expansion for Destiny 2? Like, I'm not actually sure at this point. Like, is it actually the final shape? Like, is it actually like, or is it just like one of the
Bungie has been non-committal. Basically, what they've said is they plan on making more Destiny 2, but there are no current expansions in like announced or anything like that. So I would basically, I think what they're trying to signal to us is we'll probably make more stuff, but it might not be coming yearly, which is a point I'm going to come back to a little bit later. But yeah, so here's the part where crack open a beer. I'm going to just talk about Destiny for half an hour. But yes, the final shape came out. It is the final sort of entry point in the current light versus darkness saga that's been going on in Destiny since Destiny 1. It's supposed to wrap up all the loose story points, all of that stuff, and put a bow on everything. Now, there's a few angles I want to tackle this from, and the first one, tackle it from how the campaign plays before we go into weird Destiny Kingdom Hearts story bullshit, right? Let's talk about stuff that's grounded in actual reality before we go into space magic. This campaign, I am conflicted on it because the actual story missions are fantastic. And the main reason being is that Bungie has finally, I think, figured out how to implement mechanics-based encounters and level design in a way that's not frustrating puzzles, nor is it just holding X on plates.
Yeah, that's...
So, for example, here's the mechanic in one of the levels. There is the main boss for that level is invincible. And during the level, you basically find out that if you destroy a certain enemy, it shows a shape. Like it drops an item that shows a shape. And if you shoot that shape in a different room, you get a little buff. And if you do that 2 times, the boss then goes into a damage phase where you can actually damage it. So that's like the entire encounter. And earlier in the level, though, in order to get through certain doors, shooting enemies and shooting the shapes is how you unlock key cards to actually unlock those doors. So throughout the entire level, it kind of basically teaches you the mechanics of the final boss fight in that level.
That's pretty clever. I think that's a good. I mean, the whole thing with the damage phase is not new to Destiny. I mean, Destiny's been doing that for a long time, right? But like the rest of it, where it like sort of guides you through the mechanics of the boss, is pretty good game design, I'd say. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, and then there's another part of it too, where once you actually get to that final boss fight, it introduces another new mechanic where certain rooms have poison in them, and those rooms where you get poisoned are where the actual enemies need to shoot to figure out what items, what keys you need. So you can then find basically a buff that grants you 40 seconds of invincibility. So you basically have to get the buff, go to the room, kill it in 40 seconds, survive that encounter while other enemies are rushing you, remember what sign it is, go back to the main room, shoot it, damage the boss, and then do that a few times. And it was actually really fun because it kept you moving, right? That's the thing. There's another room where basically it's like a strike, but the entire time it's like the floor is lava thing from like when you were a kid. So the level keeps changing and it keeps like rising with actual like lava that you would die from if you touch. So it just keeps you moving the entire encounter while you're fighting a boss. So there's a lot more of that where they keep introducing these raid mechanics where you have to manage debuffs, buffs, you have to unlock certain doors, you might have to tackle things in a certain order in order to actually progress through the levels, and it's done really well.
Would you say like it's harder? Like does it make like the gameplay more? Is it like what's the difficulty curve like? Is it like do you have to have a group to play it, or is it like if you're playing solo, like it's fine, like you can like solo these encounters? Like are these difficult? Like what's the?
I would say it's fair. Every time I like wiped or I died, it was always because I messed up the mechanic, right? It's like, shit, I missed that jump, or oh wait, nope, I shot the wrong symbol. Ah, crap, like one of those, right? It was fair. I never felt like I was what's the word for it? Like purposely like just dying because of like weird difficulty spikes. Like that never really happened. It was always fair, I felt, and it did make the encounters fun. So I really liked the campaign for that. They had a lot of dialogue. There's many cutscenes throughout each mission, like. And the thing is too, I'm playing after the raid. He's basically have 7 missions, and then it says like there's a final cutscene that says after the raid, that is when the final mission unlocks, and you'll be able to take down the witness once and for all. The witness is the big enemy of this expansion. So since I played after the raid, you basically play one prerequisite mission, which isn't like a fetch quest. It's just like an actual fun mission where you go on a hunt. Like basically you have to hunt some like weird monster, and you have 2 other characters, and basically they what do? They have it where you do stuff and then you have to let time pass. So you basically have like a camp base you set up, and the entire mission is doing things, going back to camp, having a little story encounter, then going out and trying to find this monster.
So it's like kind of like a Monster Hunter RPG-esque. Yeah, okay.
It's very Monster Hunter inspired. Yeah, where you like actually like you meditate or go to bed to pass time after you do an objective.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, that's very like RPG game. Like sure, okay.
Great story design. And the final mission is 12 people match made.
Okay. Oh god. That sounds
pure
like
chaos.
Okay, it sounds like it could go really wrong, but like I feel like maybe it's fine.
It's like you've already beat the campaign and stuff, so basically it's kind of like Bungie being like, we just want to make you feel like a badass. So we're going to give you like 12 people in this arena, and you're just going to have a bunch of buffs and like a bunch of free ammo and a bunch of free supers to just like, destroy stuff.
Okay, so it's just like a power. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but it's really fun though, because they do like, it's you and 12 people, but they just throw like all of the strongest like enemy types in the game.
I see. Okay, it's like a
I'm
gauntlet.
actually more surprised there were no frame drops.
I was curious, like performance wise, like how's it? I guess like it's not like, I mean, it's not like this is like a big technical change from the other expansions. I don't think there's going to be any performance problems necessarily at this point in the game. But I know when Final Shape came out, like the first day was rough. Like you couldn't get into the. You couldn't log in into the servers.
Yeah, that's why I waited a week to buy the expansion. Because also I wanted to wait until after the raid. But like story wise, I would give it. It's a good campaign. But here's the issue. Even with this game being delayed, I think from a narrative perspective, yearly expansions, and this is also people who play World of Warcraft, I think also have kind of been saying this. Yearly expansions for main story content, I think is too little of time. This game needs at least 2 years in between expansions. I really hope now that they're done with this current saga, they move to a 2-year cycle. Because as far as I can tell from like reading in the Reddits and all of that, the reason this campaign is as good as it is because it got 6 months of crunch with the delay.
So you're just saying that it just needs more time to sort of build up like the quality of the campaign missions or like just the expansion.
Right. Like because there are story beats in this, like spoiler time. This is a spoiler time. But so like for example, Zavala goes through a crisis. You played the season where it showed he lost his family, right? You remember that one from way back when?
Yeah, I remember.
So it kind of picks up on that with the witness playing with him, and he goes through like a crisis of faith. But the issue is it's only in one mission, like it's in a mission and a half, and it's not enough time for that narrative to develop, really. So those are the kinds of things. They also bring back Cade Six, right? And at least he's there through the whole campaign.
I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, I'm not particularly attached to Cade Six as a character. I know, but a lot of people I know, there are a lot of people who are very attached to that character. So it feels weird to bring back characters like that. I feel like you can really mess that up. And have people...
They didn't mess it up, though. I don't think they messed it up. I think it's more of they used him to help tie some narrative bows on stuff they didn't wrap up, if that makes sense, right? Like bring him back, and then he sacrificed himself at the end of it anyway, so he's dead again.
Okay,
we're good this time.
All right,
he's not like back forever. Like he died. But so let's explain this story though, or actually go ahead and ask your question.
I was going to ask about the raid, but I don't know if you actually attempted the raid or anything like. But
okay, we can talk about the raid first, and we'll go to narrative. So this raid, it's so funny because with Lightfall's raid, all of like the hardcore salty YouTubers were like, Bungie's falling off, they can't make hard raids anymore. So I guess Bungie said, bet. Only one team cleared it in 24 hours.
Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah, that's.
They had to extend contest mode. So basically, what contest mode is like that's how when the raid begins. There's a special difficulty mode for like the day one sweaty people. They had to extend it by 48 hours because it's normally 28 4 hours because only one team cleared it in the first day. And the funniest part is it was just a team of random people who weren't even streaming it on Twitch, so no one could like steal their mechanics or like stream snipe.
Oh my god, that's incredible! So just like some randos who did that's
they were literally using the PlayStation 5 share mode to share it to their friends, so they could have a VOD recording.
Oh god,
so good, so
I'm guessing the raid
good.
Is like really difficult at this time, like actually like challenging.
So here's the reason the raid is difficult. So you basically have a mechanic where it's called final shape looming. You have 4 minutes to clear whatever mechanic you have to clear, or else everyone wipes. So what the raid demands of you is perfection. If you fuck up a mechanic, the entire encounter gets started over in contest mode.
So that means you have to just like it's very everybody has to be on point like all the time. Like it's just
right. And there's one puzzle in there which I actually think is fucking fantastic. So it's I forgot the name of it, but basically it's a room where everyone gets teleported to their own mini rooms, and the way that you unlock doors to get back together and start the fight is there's statues of every person in the raid, and you have to figure out who is who in each room, and then tell each other over comms based off of who's person you see in the room you're in what they should be doing.
Oh my god, that's
so you have to like who has this gun equipped, or who's using the shader, or who has this cloak, right? You have to recognize the armor that your teammates are wearing, communicate with that over comms, so you can do like you tell them to shoot something while you shoot something and go back and forth with all 6 people.
That's hilarious. That's very good. I love that.
But no one could figure that out, though. People got stuck there for like 8 hours.
Yeah, I would imagine, because it's not obvious. Like, I feel like that's kind of a new mechanic that they've tried. I don't think they've ever done that before.
No, it's the first time they tried something like that, and that's why I think it's fantastic. Because yeah, you like if this raid is probably the least LFG you have to have someone who's really good at like getting random people to like make friends and communicate with each other. But I mean, that's what the raids are for. I'm here for it. I was laughing the entire way when people were like, 28 hours is when like one of the biggest streamers finished. They had to take an 8 hour after 28 hours. They had to go to bed for like 5 hours and they came back to finish it.
So how is so explain what is happening in like broad strokes, I guess, the narrative right now. So where are we in the narrative?
So when's the last time you stopped playing Beyond Light?
You know that season where with the Zavala stuff? I think that was like the last. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Beyond Light. So yeah. So you stopped playing after all the planets went away, right? After they removed the content. Okay. So basically what happened afterwards is Lightfall, you can kind of ignore as an expansion because basically we go to City Neomuna, we have our first encounter with the Witness. The Witness shoots a hole into the Traveler, goes inside the Traveler, and we discover something called the Veil, which is a power we can use to like channel darkness or whatever.
Sure.
Lightfall and the Final Shape used to be one expansion, but they split it into two for time reasons.
Is that why every Destiny person I know is like Lightfall is kind of like a nothing expansion, like nothing actually like it's not like
you can actually tell the first cinematic of Lightfall is like all the main characters sitting in a spaceship, and the last cinematic is them in that same spaceship, and it shows the Witness going inside the Traveler. That was probably one cinematic that got split in two to try and build narrative cohesion between the expansion. But yeah, apparently according to the leaks, Lightfall used to be originally it was planned to be the last city is where you're fighting in. Like they invade Earth, and then midway through the campaign is when you go into the Traveler and where the Final Shape stuff takes place. Which, to be clear, would have been a banger expansion. And this goes back to my main point that if they spent 3 years working on that, like that would have actually been fire. Because you like the first part's kind of mid, but the payoff's worth it because you go into the Traveler afterwards. Like you get 2 zones in it, like that. It would have made a lot more sense. I think Bungie would have not had felt as much pressure to deliver. But so we go inside the Traveler, right? And you're basically fighting through the Traveler. This patrol zone is a linear space. And what I mean by linear space is you just go forward, right? Like you can explore stuff in patrol, but it's just all the story mission zones. It's not like an open world-ish kind of patrol place, which I think actually lends itself to the better story mode because they don't have to worry about it being like a replayable place. You go through it once and there's stuff to do afterwards of mini missions, but it's just reusing the story mission zones, and that's fine because I don't think people are going to complain about that. But so narrative wise, you go in, you find Cade. Cade's back to life because Crow, who is Aldrin, who killed Cade in Final Shape, came back as a guardian, and he wished upon Ahamkara from Forsaken to go inside the Traveler and bring Cade back to life.
Oh, hold. So when Cade died, his soul or whatever went to the Traveler. Is that what is implied? Like,
well, they're ghosts. Remember, ghosts. So basically, ghosts come from the Traveler made ghosts, and ghosts revive dead humans.
Right, but like Cade, isn't the whole thing with Cade's ghost that it got like shot by a big sniper rifle?
Right. So when Guardians die their final death, they just turn into light because they're not actual like alive. They're just paracausal beings of the Traveler.
Oh,
so it's not. I'm not saying the Traveler's like a god where humans die, where their soul goes. Like you're just a reincarnated shell from the Traveler.
Right. So you just go back into the Traveler when you like. When you go,
you're not like the person's gone, right? Like whoever Cade was when he was like a actual human is long gone. It's just the actual Traveler, is light. So they go back there. Cade's revived. Ikora and Zavala also go in. R.I.P. Lance Reddick once again. The new voice actor did a great job, but R.I.P. to Lance Reddick. So the first few missions are just finding the gang. You find Crow, you find Zavala, you find Ikora. Zavala basically is like, fuck the Traveler. This guy does shit for us. All he does is speak in riddles. I'm gonna go use the darkness. That's picking up from that thing because a Witness basically is taunting Zavala of his dead family, saying that Zavala joins the Witness, he'll give him back his dead family. So Zavala chases into the darkness. The Witness ends up killing his ghost, so Zavala has no light. But you do learn from that sacrifice because the Witness is actually a collective of people. So the Witness was a society of folks that the Traveler once went to. And when the Traveler left, basically they decided in order to destroy the Traveler, because the Traveler abandoned them, that their entire society would just like sacrifice themselves to become one like mega being. but because it's made up of multiple individual parts, you have dissenters in it, right? There's 3 factions, 2 that are down with the idea and 1 dissenting faction. So the dissenting faction still got like basically slaughtered to be turned into the witness, but those dissenters are what it told Zavala to go inside to join the witness, because when Zavala went there, they told Zavala that if you go to the place where we began, like where everyone was like, basically calcified and like turned into this witness being, that's where you can destroy it. So the final mission at that point, right? That's up to you get the gang back together. You're trying to figure out what you can do. Is you go to basically you storm the witness's headquarters. That's like the last few missions. And once you get to the witness's creation zone, the final fight with the witness in the campaign is you're basically summoning a way to go inside like an ascendant plane, and if you kill the dissenters right within the witness, that damages the witness because you're destroying it from the inside. It plays really well, but yeah, no, it's very like space magic stuff. Probably the most space magic Destiny has been.
Yeah, it's very, very space magic. I did see that cutscene with Zavala where he's like surrounded by like all the separate witness forms, I guess.
Those are the dissenters.
Yeah, so dissenters that he gets like he like falls like into some darkness, I guess, and like dies, or something. I guess I don't know if
his ghost dies in that scene. Yeah, his ghost dies trying to protect him. Yeah, so he's without a ghost.
Yeah, I saw that scene and I was like, this is the most Kingdom Hearts nonsense that I've seen in Destiny in a long time. So that was my impression from that cutscene alone. And I don't know, I don't know how you feel about like this narrative style. I just never liked the witness as a plot device. Like I just don't find it particularly compelling in any way. So that's kind of my sort of thing with the story, is that I just don't really care about the witness. It feels weird because it just feels like it came out of nowhere. And it just kind of feels like, what's the word? Deus Ex Machina? Like, is that the thing? Like, it feels like a thing that they have put in the story just so they can just like have an antagonist that's just like everybody's against it, and also like you can have all this weird shit happening. You can just be like, okay, the witness did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like kind of just
well, it's the Destiny story, right? So basically, the issue of Destiny is the best story moments are always like the small people to people interactions, right? And whenever it comes to an overall narrative, and I think the reason is because Bungie, because it's a live service game and they have to quickly write narrative into the game, it becomes messy, right? It's not like you have 6 years to make this video game, so your writing team can really make sure it's coherent. It's like you put out this expansion, it's a year and a half, maybe 2 years of dev work at most, and you had ideas about the narrative, but then when some seasonal content comes along, you're like, oh shit, we have to change this. Like, for example, they basically backwrote Oryx into being a disciple of the Witness from just Destiny 1 to try to make it more coherent.
Okay, sure. So this is I don't envy. I do understand why the story is so like kind of incoherent. Is like it is hard to write a story for a live service game like this. Like it really is difficult with the dev cycles and like trying to figure out where you're gonna go like years from now is like really hard. And like you have to do retcons all the time, right? Like it's just kind of messy. I don't know. I'm whatever. Like at this point, I don't actually care that much about the Destiny story. I don't know if I actually care that much ever, but at this point, I certainly like don't feel any investment in it. So, and I think this is my question overall for the expansion, Destiny 2. Like, where does this, like, what state does this leave the game in? Like, how are people feeling about like this being sort of like the conclusion of like an era of storytelling and game for Destiny? Like, how are you feeling about it?
They cleaned up enough narrative loose ends that they could do something completely different and it would not feel weird, right? Like they at least cleaned it up. They cleaned up the whole Lightness Darkness saga where like the answers you're getting are the answers you're getting. The story is now done because the main villain is off, right? So for example, you remember the whole I don't have time to explain thing from Destiny 1?
Yes. Yeah.
Like this is, so the Soul Divisive, right? Like the Black Guard from Destiny 1 was made by the Witness. It's never addressed though. It's not addressed. It's like it's not addressed. And the whole entire reason that the Stranger came back in time was to stop you from becoming like a disciple of the Witness and like, you know, going to the dark. Like it just all is supposed to be coherent like that, but it's all done, right? Honestly, what I would like Destiny or what I like Bungie to do now rather is even like don't make a new game engine, right? Like we can still use the same Destiny 2 bones and the same locales, but I think it's time for a full FF14 style reset where we just do a huge time skip, right? Let's start from zero and a new narrative in the same world. The bones are fantastic, right? Like the world design, all of that, the locales. I don't even think we need new worlds. Like bring back all those locations from Destiny 1 or whatever. Like use existing map stuff, right? But they should put dev time into just resetting everything and just being like, it's been 100 years since the battle with the Witness. And, here's because we have new alliances, right? The Fallen and the Cabal work together. Even the Hive under Savathun are like kind of our allies, but not really sometimes. So like, at least in this system, like there's some episodes going right now. They brought on Failsafe. There's stuff going with the Vex, but those all seem to be like mini stories just to give people content while they figure out what's next. And if they did like a whole, if you ever played World of Warcraft, right? Basically, World of Warcraft begins like a few hundred years after Warcraft 3, right? And it just like mentions the past and says, you're starting off in this race, you're starting off in that race, right? Here's your starting zone, and you can go out and explore this new world and new stuff. I really think Bungie should just handle it that way. Like, just let's do a new story and let's do something different. And this whole 10-year saga might have been messy, but people still like playing Destiny.
No, absolutely, yeah.
So we should continue and I think a game like Destiny should exist, right? Like I think having a shooter live service MMO style game is a good game to have. Like it's not like Destiny shouldn't exist, but we could just do something completely different. Brand new characters, brand new story. Like let's just keep the universe going and use the same game engine because Destiny 2's game engine is still good. I don't know about on the dev side. Maybe if there's like dev stuff, but at least it runs well. It's the network stuff is like the one thing about Crucible you can say is you don't really run into cheaters or you don't really run into like random network issues in Crucible, right? So the bones of a good game are there, but yeah, I just want them to move on from this story and just do something completely new.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, and that would actually interest me if they like just sort of started fresh. Like at that point, like I would feel like it would not be like overwhelming to get back into the game. Like right now, like if I go back into the game, I'm like behind. I don't even have that new class. Like I don't even have that shit. Like I would have to unlock all that stuff and like do all that crap to get it. And I'm just like I don't feel like doing all that shit to just finish the story. So whatever they're gonna do, I'll give it a shot. I hope it's good.
I hope they don't continue the main story though. I just really want to say that, like, because the rumors right now are that we're going to continue the same characters and we're just going to leave the Soul system and go to other universes. Like, nah, we don't need to do that. Speak about classes, Prismatic. We didn't even talk about it.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Prismatic. So what is this like sort of class, multi-class stuff? Like, how does it feel?
It's really fun, but it is advanced. Like, if you are new to the game, I would not recommend maining Prismatic because you need to know like what combos work well and what don't. Because you can have like really weird builds where you have like a void grenade, a solar melee, and they just don't work well together. So I think for sweaties, for people like me who play too much Destiny, it's really fun to be like, oh, I think I can make a stick build if I pulled this from this one class and that from that one class with this jump. But you need to like be really into how the game plays, I think, in order to really get the full benefit of it.
All right. So that's Destiny 2, the file shape. Let's talk about we're too. I mean, we're extra late on this one. I feel like we're like nearly a month late from the PlayStation State of Play. So we'll start with that. A few things here. The big one, I think for me, is God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC in September, which I'm excited for because I actually haven't played Ragnarok because it was PS5. And I don't have a PS5, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't understand. Okay, this is my question. I don't understand why Sony's so interested in making like an Overwatch clone. And I mean, I know they want like a live service game that's like really popular, but like this Marvel ass game that just looks kind of okay, and it's like basically Overwatch, but you're gonna have these Marvel looking characters called Concord. I even forgot the name until I had to look it up. It's fine, but it's like, why does this exist? Like, I don't know.
I actually kind of like the look of Concord, and maybe it's mostly because my Overwatch 2 is bugged right now because I changed Battle.net accounts, and every time I open it on my Xbox, it says I have to link my Battle.net account, and when I try to link it, it gives me an error, and I don't know how to fix it.
That's all right.
So that means I'm going to lose all my characters in Overwatch. So I'm going to play. So fuck Blizzard. I want to play a different game. I play Conquered.
Sure. And honestly, I might like. Sure, I would. I don't know if this is actually. Oh, actually, this is coming both to PS5 and PC on August. PC. Actually next month, but 2 months from now. Like it's gonna be out. So I'll give it a shot, see if it's any good. The other Overwatch sort of clone, I guess, is Marvel Rivals, which I mean, it's just Marvel characters, but Overwatch, which I guess sure. It's coming to PS5 and Xbox and also PC, right? So it is actually coming to Xbox, which is cool. We have Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay. I don't know if you care about Monster Hunter Wilds, Monster Hunter. But there's one new monster.
Did you skip over Astrobot? Hold on a minute. How did you skip over Astrobot?
Yeah, I was gonna get to that later, but yes.
Oh yeah, but fuck Monster Hunter. Some people love it, but it's not for me. Did you actually like Monster Hunter?
No, I tried. I tried playing the Monster Hunter Worlds when it was on sale, and I just couldn't get into the way the characters feel in combat. I just don't. It's not my thing. So no, Monster Hunter is for me. Astrobot looks fun. That just looks like a fun, platformer. They're just like, the Astro's Playroom was so successful, I guess, everybody liked Astro's Playroom so much. They're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna go all in and just make a whole ass platformer. It's just like a bunch of like Sony franchise characters that are gonna like be in it, right? Kratos, Aloy.
For Sony nostalgia, it's
Sony.
For the
it's
Sony
for the
fans,
Sony fans.
The Sony Knights.
Yes, Sony Knights. Silent Hill 2 remake looked bad. That did not look good. I'm not a Silent Hill person, but from as I understand it from all the Silent Hill fans out there, they're not happy about this. It doesn't look like Bloober Team has done a good job on certain aspects of from looking for.
I'm just watching the animations and the cutscenes in the trailer.
It's not good. Yeah, it's and especially the voice acting sounds really bad, weirdly bad. Dynasty Warriors. I don't think either of us ever. I don't know if you've ever played a Dynasty. Have you ever played a Dynasty Warriors game?
I played the Hyrule Warriors demo on Switch.
Oh yeah, Hyrule
10
Warriors.
FPS.
Yeah, that was. So there's a new Dynasty Warriors game. Path of Exile 2 is coming to PS5. Oh, speaking of games that are coming to PC, Until Dawn Remastered. I kind of like Until Dawn, actually. I remember playing it on the PS4 and you can finish it in one day. Basically, it's not that long, but I'm kind of curious, I feel like Until Dawn didn't really need a remaster per se. It looked fine. I don't think. Anyways, at least we're gonna get this on PC now, so that's cool. There's a game called this is PS5 exclusive, so I don't actually care. Where Winds Meet looks like a open world RPG. Sure. Infinity Nikki, I don't. Is this a dress up game? Is this what this is? I'm not 100%.
Oh my god, an open world dress up adventure? Hold on a minute. Whoa. Okay. Listen here. There is a certain genre of influencer personality and streamer that is going to get rich off of playing this game. I just need to put that out there.
Does it mean like a VTuber that's gonna make it off of this?
Yeah, so this game, I don't think it's for me or you, but targeted targeted marketing on this shit. This game's gonna be. This is the game of the summer.
Yeah, I mean it's the PS5 only as far as I know, so I know that's unfortunate, but it's.
I mean, mostly everyone who isn't me or you has a PS5, statistically speaking.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's true. Ballad of Antera looks like a Souls-like, and I am so tired of Souls-likes.
Because they're not even good.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck the Elden Ring DLC. I don't even want to talk about it later. Like whatever. It's not good. You only played Elden Ring because you used a mod that made it easier. So I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah, I did. I mean, yeah, I know. And then the DLC is actually really hard. It's much harder than the base game. Alien Rogue. Oh, this is a PSVR game. So Sony did not forget.
PSVR still exists.
Yeah, that's like that was what I was gonna get to. It's like PSVR 2, got a couple, and I'll be real with you. The Behemoth trailer looked really bad. Like it looked just like the most bargain basement ass VR game possible. Like it doesn't look good. So that's is there anything here that's really catching your eye? Like, I feel like the only thing is like I care about is like the stuff that's coming to PC, but like otherwise, like I'm not particularly like Sony is just kind of like kind of not really doing anything in particular interesting for me.
I've never played Path of Exile. Is it good?
It's an ARPG like Diablo. Yeah, like if you like Diablo, I think you will enjoy Path of Exile. Maybe you should try it.
What console is it coming in? Let me see. What console is Path of Exile coming to? I'll probably. I mean, wait a minute. I have Game Pass. I can just play Diablo on Game Pass. But yeah, that's a Sony event. There's no first party real big Sony games coming this year. But apparently a PS5 Pro sometime, which keeps getting leaked, which I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean that's not surprising considering that we are like sort of like mid cycle on the consoles, so it's surprising that. I mean, aren't we getting okay? So let's get to the Xbox stuff before we talk about the games. There was a hardware announcement, right? Like they have a Xbox like discless Series X, right? Like no disk drive version coming out, all digital. Right? There's like a all digital version.
Yeah, so basically there's a 2 terabyte Series X, a 1 terabyte with disk, a 1 terabyte without disk. It's a little bit cheaper. A 1 terabyte Series S, and now 512 gig Series S. The white Xboxes are now going to be all digital only, and the black ones will have a disk drive. You know what I want to know? Actually, let me search this shit because Microsoft said they did minimal hardware changes. Does this shit still have Wi-Fi 5? I need to verify that.
Is this really what? I don't know if the hardware is out yet, so I don't know if you can figure it out.
Well, there's a press release in it. So let's see. What do we have any tech specs on it?
I don't know if they're going to put the Wi-Fi details in the press release. This is the most. Yeah, this is.
Let's see here. Hold on a minute. Also, fuck this PR page. It says Xbox consoles are better together. If they're better together, why can I not use any USB headset with an Xbox? Let's talk about like choice in the market. Why do I have to buy Xbox licensed headsets? No, I'm gonna beef on that to the end of time because it is a really dumb restriction.
That is a silly.
Okay, let's see here. Do I have Xbox? Okay, let's see. Xbox Series X 1 TB digital edition. If I can pull up the tech specs page, it's only $50 less too for the disc drive, which is kind of wild. You think it'd be cheaper?
Yeah, I feel like if you're in the market for this, I would just buy the version of the disc drive because I feel like, why not? Because you'd just be like, you could use the disc drive to play Blu-ray movies. So why would you not get the disc drive? I guess.
Jesus, it's still Wi-Fi. It's AC dual band, bro. Hold on.
I'm laughing about this. Is hilarious to me because it's just like
They upgraded the USB to be 3.1 Gen 1.
Yeah, but they don't care about the Wi-Fi, bro. Like, it's fine, I guess.
It's an all-digital console.
I know.
I'm not even asking for 6E.
No.
Just put 6 in it.
No. I mean, yeah, I guess they don't. I guess their thing is like, if you really care about that, you're gonna plug it into Ethernet. Like that's their probably their goal there. To save.
Jesus, man. I'm curious too if it's gonna be like a die shrink on the GPU.
Maybe
on a CPU.
Maybe
because you'd have to think at this point that you could probably get the same performance on like a cheaper processor or whatever.
Sure, maybe. We will. I guess we'll know when it actually comes out and people sort of get in there and see what's in there.
Fucking Wi-Fi 5. Continue. Yes. What happened at the Xbox showcase?
Yeah, let's get to Um, Age of Mythology. That's a name I haven't heard in a long ass time. But there's a new Age of Mythology game. This is supposed to come out in. It's coming out this year actually. September 4. I don't have any opinions on this because I never played any of the Age of Mythology stuff. Only played Age of Empires. So I don't. I'm just glad that Microsoft hasn't completely abandoned the RTS franchises that they have. Uh, I feel like that would have been like one of the first things on the chopping block when it comes to like not making them anymore. But I guess not. Avowed, I still don't really understand this game, honestly. Like, what is this supposed to be? Like, is it like a RPG? Like this is supposed to be an RPG, right? Obsidian.
I don't know. I mean, Outer Worlds is great, but like I just don't know. I don't know what's gonna play because the thing is, and this is Obsidian's a great studio because they make like such varied games, right? Like we went from Outer Worlds, right, to Grounded, to Pentiment, to Avowed.
Yeah, they're like.
I don't know how this is gonna play.
Yeah, I have zero like sort of like idea about what Avowed is like a game. So we got a story trailer for that. If it is coming out in 2024, we don't have a date for that yet. So that's exciting news! Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
It's coming to Game Pass.
It's coming to Game Pass. Yeah, that's all that matters. That's the only news that actually matters to anybody at this point is that we're doing Cold War shit again. We're gonna do
we're doing late Cold War. We're doing the 90s. It's the first time.
Yeah, it's nice.
So I mean, is 90s the Cold War? Really?
Oh, no, 90s is not the Cold War. What am I saying?
War.
I don't even know why I say Cold War. I'm still stuck on that Call of Duty Cold War game. I guess
it was a good game. The multiplayer on that game was good. It was a good one.
But the only reason I care about Call of Duty anymore is like the multiplayer, I guess. Like that's all I really care about.
And people just live and breathe zombies.
Yeah, zombies.
Like, there are generations who just love the shit out of zombies.
Yeah, zombies is.
I'm supposed to be a huge get for Game Pass, but I have one beef with it.
Yeah,
it's not coming to Game Pass Cloud.
Which means like no xCloud, right?
Right. Why?
I feel like xCloud is gonna get shut down, or
well, it's also Ubisoft's fault too, maybe because remember, as part of CMA, Microsoft has to license all xCloud games, even first-party ones, through Ubisoft now.
Oh, right. There's some shenanigans going on there. All right, that's weird, but
that smells like money laundering. Honestly, when you think about it, the fact that Microsoft made the game, then has to go to Ubisoft and like move money to get it into xCloud seems weird.
We're getting a new Doom game. This is Doom: The Dark Ages. Honestly, I'm kind of done with Doom personally after Doom Eternal. Like Doom Eternal was. I mean, we remember talking about this. Like it just kind of felt too much.
It was just the Marauders. Yeah, that was the only reason.
Yeah, the Marauders are fucking garbage tier enemy. Swear to God. Worst enemy I've fought in a video game in a long ass time. But yeah, there's a new game, Doom, coming out in 2025. This is going to be a theme. A lot of games announced at Microsoft's event coming out in 2025. Like it's just that's how it's going to be.
Well, Avowed comes out this year, so at least this is our first 2025.
Yeah, Avowed comes out like this year, so all right, now this is your thing. Fable got a new trailer. I still don't really know what kind of game this is. It was just like a story trailer, I guess. I don't know how I feel about this. Like I was just like, sure, I guess. Like we got some good looking characters in a cutscene.
I need to interrupt you though. This is in-game footage. Like
it is in-game footage
on a console.
Yeah.
Do you know what engine this is, right?
It's that Forza Horizon.
It's the Forza Horizon engine, bro. So even if we don't know what the gameplay is like, can we just talk about the fact that this is the Forza engine that is making this?
Yeah, Playground Games is making this, right? With apparently with IDOS.
I think back when we were talking about Forza Horizon 3 or 4, I mentioned specifically these facial animations are really good for a freaking racing game.
Yeah. I feel Playground is surprised, like for some reason, like they're really good at racing and also facial animations, I guess. Like sure. I'm really curious. I don't know anything about. I mean, you've told me a lot about Fable, but I don't really have any attachment to the franchise. So I don't. It's coming out in 2025. I guess we'll see. You know, I suppose we'll get gameplay stuff closer to launch. Sure. Well, I'll
Yeah, it's weird because I know how it plays as a Fable, but you haven't played the old one, so I don't really know how to tell you how like it's going to play. I'm excited for it. Yeah, it's coming out next year. I need more Fable in my life.
Gears of War E-Day. This
Love me some Gears. I'm down for it.
I'll check it out. I guess I'm not like excited for it or anything, but like last Gears game I played, and of course Gears 5, right? Was pretty solid. I had lots of weird. The story was a bit weird in some places, but you know, it was as a game it was all right. So you know, I'll be down.
And I'm going to keep saying it. Hivebusters is fantastic. You should play it. Everyone should play Hivebusters. Hivebusters, you do not need to play the main Gears 5 campaign to play that expansion. And because Hivebusters is the last thing the Coalition did, I'm down for it. The Coalition is under new management. The prior management went to go run Diablo. So this is their first game kind of with like a reformed team.
Yeah, I did like, yeah.
So I'm really curious on how this is going to work. And I think it's probably why they did a prequel, because it's like if you're going to have like a team of people who are kind of new or had some big changes, I think testing it on a prequel that might be not like kind of mid is probably better than the next big mainline Gears game.
Yeah. It's Unreal Engine 5 game. So that's interesting. Indiana, do you care about Indiana Jones, the Indiana Jones game? I don't particularly.
Here's the thing about Indiana Jones, all right? If it plays like the Tomb Raider games or Uncharted, I'm here for it.
Yes, agreed. I agree with that. Yes, if I really love, I played all the Uncharted games, so I would be down to play a game like that in that vein. I don't know, like I couldn't really tell. It was not really a gameplay trailer, so it was just like kind of like a story.
Well, there's a little bit of first person gameplay near the end. But this is the problem, right? It's because it's made by Machine Games, so it's probably going to play like fucking Wolfenstein.
Oh, that's not going to work.
And the Wolfenstein games were good, but like they really should have done third person like Tomb Raider style game.
Yeah, I feel like this should be a Tomb Raider or Uncharted kind of third person game. I really feel, yeah, but it is Machine Games, so you know maybe at least the guns will feel good. I guess like that's all I can say. Flight Simulator is still going strong. It's gonna have like new DLC, like new modes. That's cool.
Isn't this how you like benchmark all new PCs by just running Flight Simulator at max settings?
The problem with that is Flight Simulator takes forever to download because it has its own downloader built in. Like when you install it from like whatever store you get it from, it starts another downloader to download, and it's massive. It's like it's a problem. It's a massive game. So it's on PC. It's like a pain in the ass to actually play. And I haven't played it. I haven't played Flight Simulator since like Flight Simulator 2002, which was a long time ago. I'm not really a Flight Simulator kind of person, anyways. And the next thing on the list is the one that I forgot this existed. I forgot they announced this like 4 years ago. Perfect Dark got a new gameplay trailer, which looks sick as fuck, but also I don't trust this trailer, bro. Like I really, considering like the development history of this title, like it's been very troubled. So I until this game actually comes out, like we don't have a release date, so we don't know when this is coming out. Probably 2026 at this point, and I think it looks good, but whatever. Like I don't.
I'm here for it. Listen, Perfect Dark. You know how they got me. The Mirror's Edge parkour.
Yeah, the Mirror's Edge parkour looks so fucking like that shit. I saw that and I was like, hell yeah! Like give me that.
Because it's gonna play like Thief versus Mirror's Edge, right? Like that's the whole idea behind Perfect Dark.
I think that's the discussion I've seen is like people don't really. I feel like some people are like, this is an immersive sim, but it's not. Like it's like kind of like there's some light immersive sim elements, but like also kind of like an action sort of platformer-ish, like stealth stuff going on, right? So it's like it seems like a combination of various genres, right? Like it's like Mirror's Edge, Catalyst stuff in here, sort of like Deus Ex stuff in here, you know. It feels a little bit unclear as to what kind of game it really feels like. So we'll see in like 2 years, I guess. South of Midnight, this game looked interesting to me until it got to the gameplay. And I was just like, this is the most mid-looking gameplay I've seen in a minute. Like, I swear to God. Because the setting itself looks, very interesting. It's like Southern Gothic stuff going on.
I mean, it's made by the same people who made We Happy Few. I know some people really love We Happy Few. I don't know why that game exists. I'm sorry. I don't know why We Happy Few.
We Happy Few is not. We Happy Few is not good. Yeah, I don't. We got a State of Decay. State of Decay is just. I mean, I'm not an open world zombie survival person, but
State of Decay is not open world zombie. Okay, hold on.
No,
okay,
this game. Hold on.
Wait. As someone who played State of Decay 2, I put a lot of time into it. I'm sorry to admit. It's like open world resource management where you build bases and stuff. It like has tower defense elements into it. Like, and it has like a progressive like time and day and like time system as stuff moves on. So okay, listen here. State of Decay is not for everyone.
No, it's not. It's really not.
But it is very fun to fuck around with and like build stuff up with. So like I'm here for you, State of Decay stands. Like, you know what?
Yeah,
I respect
that's fine.
It's a perfect like kind of Game Pass game, right? Where it's like you don't need to worry about sales and stuff because you just have it on Game Pass.
Is there like I don't want to go through all the trailers here, but is there anything else that stands out to you?
Let me see. I keep falling in and out of what's it called? Fallout 76. So I'm going to check out this new expansion. Diablo 4, I need to start playing. I want to get in Diablo 4. Elder Scrolls Online 2, I kind of fall in and out of. So I'm here for those. Sea of Thieves, still not for us, but hey, people are
still
love it's one of the most popular games on PS5 right now. And then there's World of Warcraft.
We're getting Metal Gear. We had a trailer for the Metal Gear Solid State.
Oh, are you going to pick that up? Actually, the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake.
I tried playing the original and it didn't quite work out, but we'll see. I guess I'm hopeful that this one is more playable. But I don't trust Konami, so we'll see. We'll see how this.
Oh, Fragpunk looks good actually. Wait, before we talk about Stalker, Fragpunk looks really good. It's like a card-based shooter.
Yes, it's kind of weird. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but yeah. So Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. I'm not Stalker. Just never quite. I was always like kind of. Like, I never got around to playing it. I didn't play any of the original Stalker games, and they're kind of rough to play without modding the hell out of them and all that. But I hope this is good. Stalker is a very weird and interesting franchise, so I just hope this is as good as it looks. I will say the only, we have Ubisoft up next, right? But the only big thing, two big things in Ubisoft's announcements. Star Wars Outlaws got gameplay footage. I don't have any commentary on this because I did not see it. I don't particularly. I'm not interested in Star Wars, but Ubisoft, so I'm not like real.
But it's made by Massive Entertainment, though. It's made by the same studio that made Avatar, so I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah, I haven't played Avatar. Yeah, sure. Maybe it's. Oh, I hope sure. It's gonna be like a lot of Star Wars, but like open world mechanics, and I think that's what the Avatar game was like as well. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now that is
all right. Let me go open a beer.
this is the Voxels episode where we just like, yeah. Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's a extended like gameplay footage. Dual characters. You play either as Yosuke the samurai or Naue the shinobi. So we haven't done a dual character thing since Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which was the last of the old style Assassin's Creed games. I know you don't like Assassin's Creed, but like I think you played a bunch of them. Like you played Origins, right? Or you played like Valhalla.
See, this is why I'm a really good hater, because I played this shit. I have bought the games and played them. So when I say I hate this shit, I say it from the chest, right? Like, I hate the way it just plays. I hate the way that it looks. I just hate the story mechanics. I think this. I hate the writing in it. I hate everything about it. It's just fuck Assassin's Creed. I'm not buying Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm just not.
Yeah,
I've been burned too many times.
Real Kendrick moment there. With I hate everything about it. So yeah, I think I don't think this is going to be for you either. I don't see anything that's changed here. Set in feudal Japan, and we got two characters, so I'm excited for it. It's been a long. I like samurai shit as my love for Ghost of Tsushima is a lot. So it's like it's all the stuff that I care about in a game. It's coming out in November this year, so I'm looking forward to that.
Is it going to be open world though? That's the thing I'm actually curious about. Is it like older Assassin's Creed style, or is it like Valhalla style?
So the way the gameplay looks is that when you have story missions, like you can switch characters, right? But what do you? I think you can switch characters. It's kind of implied, like they don't really say it, but like you can like switch characters anytime. But except for story missions, when you start story missions, it'll give you a choice between either character, and that'll determine how the mission plays, right? Whether it's like more action oriented, like melee stuff with the samurai, or like stealth oriented with the ninja. I'm not sure how that's gonna work because it's been a long time since Assassin's Creed even did that. So I don't know how that's gonna be balanced, or how the progression is gonna be. So it is gonna still be open world, almost like there's no way this is a linear game. And we're not getting Assassin's Creed has never been like a linear game, so we're not gonna get that. I know it's almost certainly open world game. I'm curious what they're gonna do with side stuff. That's where the interesting storytelling usually happens in Ubisoft games nowadays is side quests. So I'm curious about that.
Do you think they'll have a side quest exposing how woke this game is?
I'm not engaging that discourse. That discourse is hella boring. Hella not interesting at all. It's bad.
More importantly, listen. Let's take this. No. I'm gonna talk some shit real quick. Let's take this as logical ends. Listen, y'all talking about how you can have a black character in feudal Japan. I would say, let's ride this boat down the fucking stream. Why do the French get to make a game set in Japan? Listen. Let's fight. Let's troll with trolling. Don't let the French make a game like this.
Don't let the French make a game like this. It would be cool if this was made by a Japanese developer, but it is not. We got Ubisoft, and Ubisoft is a worldwide studio, a worldwide sort of enterprise. So there's going to be a lot of different kinds of people making this game. That's for sure. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's talk Nintendo Direct, because I want to give Chosa here a chance to talk about Metroid, because otherwise you're not gonna shut up about Metroid. So let's talk about Metroid. How excited are you for Metroid Prime 4? It's what you?
It's what I want. It's what I need. It's just like literal. Like hold. Like let's just be real. Okay, so Retro Studio still has it, because this is recorded on the original Switch. This game was like fucking Halo 5, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
It does look like Halo 5.
But this is on the Switch, and it has all the stuff I want. We're shooting aliens. I'm scanning shit. I'm turning into a morph ball. I'm strafing and shooting. Listen here. I love Metroid Prime 1 Remastered. This picks up on the story of Metroid Prime 3. It follows that same storyline. This is just people nowadays, right? You got to make these games big. You got to go out and above. No, this is what I want. I just want a Metroid Prime game. I just want this shit. So yeah, I'm here for it. I'm just here for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you don't have a Switch anymore, right? I
have a Switch Lite.
Oh, right, that's how you play.
I said we started.
Sorry, for some reason.
Yeah, listen. Ryujinix got shut down. I can't emulate that shit on my MacBook Air anymore.
All right. So you're planning on picking this up, I'm sure. Certainly.
Of course, day one purchase. Day one fucking purchase next year.
All right. I'm sure. I think it looks good. The trailer looks good at least. So I'm not really a Metroid person. So we'll see. Is there anything at
There's another game that we got to talk about. Yeah, Fantasia Neo Dimension. Fantasia Neo Dimension. So the reason we're talking about this is it was no longer playable because it got delisted from Apple Arcade.
Oh, this was a mobile game, right? Like this was.
So this was a Apple ordered it from. This is the people who made the original Final Fantasy games. Came back to make another like top-down RPG, and it was on Apple Arcade for like a year or so. But it then got delisted, so you can no longer play it. So I think there's a lot of people who never got a chance to play this game who should. It's gonna come out to Xbox, PlayStation, PC, all of that. I think people really should play it because I wanted to get delisted. It got delisted.
I think like a couple years ago at this point, like a year or so ago, I think. That I remember hearing about this game vaguely.
Yeah, let me see. Is it still on Apple Arcade? Actually, I could have sworn that it's right. 2021, wasn't it? Or let me. Oh yeah, it's still on Apple Arcade. But still, for it to be on a platform where you can buy it and not subscription only, I think it's still totally worth it. So I'm excited for that game to come out as well. We also have the Zelda game where you play as Zelda. Do you want to do some more woke discourse? I'm serious. No, I can't troll this hard. So put aside the fact that people are like, well, why can't she hold a sword? I think with Tears of the Kingdom, like Nintendo's done making old school style Zelda games at this point. Each new Zelda game is going to have some weird gameplay mechanic, and I'm here for it. So I'm excited to play it because I like top-down Zelda games. I like the fact that you finally get to play as Zelda. And the mechanic looks fun, where you like fight, you summon enemies to fight for you. I don't know, did you ever play Overlord? So Overlord was a game back to like the 360, where the mechanic was you were an Overlord, so you wouldn't fight, you would have all your minions fight for you. And it has really strong Overlord vibes.
So it's like a mini, like where you like a god game where you like control like. I mean, this didn't look like that. This looked more like you use Zelda to like summon things that would fight for. Yeah. Yeah.
No, you summon people who fight for you. Yeah. It's not like Overlord is like that to the extreme. But yeah, like this whole like wand mechanic, it's like the fuse thing from Tears of the Kingdom. I'm really excited for it. Like it looks like it'll be a fun game. And once again, like, yes, please let me play as Zelda. Like, I'm done playing as Link.
Yeah. We're also getting like a Hyrule Edition Switch, like a gold Switch Lite with this game.
That's ugly ass color.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge. I like the crest, like the Zelda logo on the back, but like the Hyrule crest on the back. But like other than that, the color is kind of mid. But
let's call it. It's a piss yellow Switch.
Piss yellow Switch. Do you think that Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be a dual launch where it launches both on the current Nintendo Switch and whatever the next iteration of the Switch console is? Like, is this gonna be like it's gonna be like a Breath of the Wild situation where like it's gonna launch on both on like the current gen, the next gen console and like the older console? Like
only if it's not backwards compatible. If it is backwards compatible, then I think it doesn't need to. But and to be clear, it should be backwards compatible. Because here's the thing, retro, you don't got to worry about performance. Metroid Prime 1 ran at 60. This game's going to run at 60. This game's not going to run at 30. No, listen, retro got a 1080p 60 shooter on the original Wii. Like, it's really, like, we really don't have to worry about...
All right. We have faith. We have faith in retro. That's the. Is there anything else before? I guess we should wrap this up. I don't know if we could get to Day of the Devs, but let's wrap this up.
Yeah, I think that's it for basically the Nintendo one. Yeah, it's just other Nintendo games. People buying weird, cozy games where you just put farm, and people have like nothing but game libraries full of it, which I respect. But yeah, so we have Day of the Devs last.
There's a lot here. There's a lot of things got announced today of the devs. I don't want to. There's I don't have anything particularly that comes to mind that I wanna shout out. Oh yes, actually, there's looks like a sort of narrative focused game called Afterlove EP. It's like a narrative game with like dating sim and like rhythm elements. That's like about grief and love and stuff like that. It's also interesting because it's like developed by an Indonesian developer, set in like I think it's set in like in Jakarta, so that'll be interesting. I put that on my wish list because I occasionally like to play like a sort of narrative focused game like this. sort of, not really gameplay oriented, but that's
Wait, dating sim and rhythm elements. I'm gonna check this shit out.
yeah, it's about like the story is about a musician who hears the voice of his girlfriend after she dies. So it's like it's doing that, like it's like an exploration of grief and love and music, I guess. So After Love EP, it's gonna come out in October this year, hopefully. PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. I know it's on all the platforms. Go if it sounds interesting and you're on PC, go put it on your wish list. It does actually help the dev a lot. Anyways, that's our games discussion for a little late to the party, but that's fine. It's not like we really missed anything or fine. Not like we do this for the SEO, so it doesn't actually matter.
We're probably an open eyes database at this point. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true.
To be clear, because I never took the on Shades of Brown. Did you ever block AI from the robots.txt file? Because I forgot to do that for this podcast.
I think I did. I think I added a robots.txt file all the sites on my server on that server that Shades of Brown is on. So it might be. I haven't checked. But it might be.
Was it before or after ChatGPT came out though?
Probably after. Yeah. Who knows? It's whatever. I don't. As always, you can find the show notes on voxels.fm. You can email us. What's the email?
Feedback@voxels.fm.
There we go. And you can find me on Mastodon at Packacat at 10forward.social and on my website, staticsafe.com. Go check out my blog, nullrouted.space. And Christian, where do people find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me not talking about NFTs anymore. I'm on my new grief. I'm griefing a new way right now. I'm thinking, there's an AI powered social network where just AI posts all the time. I think that's the new wave. Automate social media so you can automate it for yourself. That's the wave. You can find me not doing that though on Mastodon at loficarrots@mstn.plus and my website chosefine.website. But yeah, until next time, first and foremost, fuck Assassin's Creed.
Goodbye.
Bye.